This is it, the final vlog of my 6-day mission in a cave where I lived with 5 people I had just met. And if you're just tuning in, this is a 5-part vlog series of an analog astronaut mission, but you're probably wondering what on earth that is and why on earth I did this, which, to be fair, is a very, very reasonable question. I did this to find out what it would be like to live in a Martian cave. I did this for an analog astronaut mission, which are missions to simulate space on Earth. This specific mission was to simulate Mars on Earth, and it did quite well. Like, for example, the food. We lived with dehydrated food, there was no internet, limited resources, and not to mention the communication to the outside world was delayed. So it was an incredible journey. So make sure to watch the previous vlogs, part 1 to part 4, if you haven't already, to see my journey into the cave and life in the habitat. And make sure to watch the end of this video to see what it was like when we saw sunlight for the first time in days, and the views were stunning. Now, let's go live in a cave. Also, how cool is this NASA John F. Kennedy water bottle? No, I'm not being sponsored by them, so if you want to know where I bought it, just message me and I'll let you know.
When we came back and after I bathed, I did some sample analysis, which was pretty cool. We saw some bacteria, so we actually saw something moving under the microscope, which was incredible. Like, there is life in this Martian cave, and I took some pretty awesome pictures of it. So today we're going to be doing an IVA, which is an intravehicular activity, where we're going to be using the Oculus, which Sapphire's brought. We're going to be experiencing seeing Earth from space, and she's going to assess how the overview effect, so that's the actual experience of seeing Earth from space, affects us. Like, ecology, it affects our mood, it affects how we feel. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about it?
So the goal of this simulation is to see whether experiencing the overview effect in virtual reality can actually change the way that you feel about the environment and sustainability. So the way this is set up is essentially you see the Earth from space. I'm not gonna, no spoilers because Anissa hasn't seen it yet. But before and after, so before we came into the habitat, everyone did a survey about their personality, how they feel about the environment, eco-spirituality, pro-environmental behavior. And so after seeing this simulation, basically they do the survey again. And the goal of doing it in an analog mission is to see whether some of the factors that astronauts experience, like the isolation, the harsh environment, the crew dynamics, also influence how this simulation affects people. So could it potentially have the same impact on someone living back on Earth in a nominal environment? Or is it influenced by some of the factors that astronauts experience as well? And so Anissa's gonna experience it soon, and she'll tell you more about it.
You start off with some breathing exercise, so you breathe in and out and you can hear the heartbeat. So the heartbeat is the sound that's part of the music, that's the back of the simulation, so it's playing in the simulation. And then it gets closer and closer to the moon, then you start to move closer and closer to Earth. It shows Earth, so it shows Europe, it shows Africa, like from space. So I'm actually looking at Earth from space, and then it starts to show Earth as it changes over time. So it shows nighttime, and you start to see storms as well in certain areas. From space you see storms, and then you see the aurora borealis coming closer and closer and closer until you're like literally in the aurora borealis and it's passing through you. That entire experience is incredible because you have this narrator who's speaking you through it as if she is Mother Earth. I couldn't even recognize all the countries, right, because there's no borders. Every single thing I've ever known is on this planet, and I'm looking at it from a bird's eye view, and I'm looking at it seeing how significant but also insignificant certain things are and how connected everything is. When I saw the storms and when I saw the aurora, I just got this feeling. It's going to be hard to put it in words, but I got this feeling, this sense of like the blood that goes through my veins, and like the air that I breathe is all of this. Everything is this. The soil on the ground is all this. We are all connected. And similar to how I did not see any boundaries, or I didn't see any borders on Earth from space. I didn't see any borders between me and nature and Earth. like I felt that. It's not just conceptually. Like conceptually, I've always known this, but like I actually felt that. Juliana.
Hi.
So I'm with Juliana, and she is from Brazil. She is crew member number 4, so Astro 4.
Yeah.
She's going to tell us a little bit about her background. Qual a sua profissão?
Better, but...
Okay. So, tell us about your background.
Okay, so my name is Juliana Liné. I'm from Brazil. I have 22 years old and my dream is to become an astronaut. So actually I'm studying to be a pilot. I already fly with small planes, so I'm really excited to get out here and see my phone and see my family again. Also, actually, I have a really nice project called the Mars Generation in English, but in Portuguese we say Geração de Marte, which aims to take the first Brazilian woman to space.
Hi guys, so this is Astro 5, 5th crew member, and Manos from Greece, from Athens. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Hello, my name is Manos. I come from Greece, but I have lived in the UK for at least 6.5 years doing my studies. I studied biological sciences, but mostly I took the genetics modules in Queen Mary University of London. And then after the gap year, I went to study my master's in UCL in London again. And this time I did biomaterials and tissue engineering because I was also interested in the, let's say, more engineering aspects of biology. So here I'm in Astroland, and for what it's worth, I'm probably the first Greek person doing this, at least with Astroland, and so far it's been a great experience.
So Manos is going to now experience Earth from space with the Oculus. This is the second last day of the mission, and I'm not going to lie, I'm going to miss this strange yet wonderful place. But the food is running out, so we got to go soon. I'm now going to give you a quick tour of my favourite parts of the habitat and finally test my robot on the cave floor.
Hello. Hello. So here we have parsnip and lentils. I struggled to find this on the first day because I didn't eat it, but now, the last day, you can hear in the found finally. My rightful freeze-dried meal.
Great.
Belongs only to me, no one else.
Ophir, what are you having?
Mushroom soup.
What else are you having?
I don't know yet. I will also. A little bit of goulash, a little pap.
This is the gym, so I'll give you a little tour. We have the rowing machine here. See that? Then we have the core strength. I don't know what you call these, but like I see them in the gym sometimes. The core strength bands. These ones. Not bad. And then we have yoga mats, skipping rope, a resistant band that you can use for stretching, whatever you want. And that's the gym. This here is the flush. So you have to push it up and down in order for it to flush the toilet. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a demonstration of how to use this toilet. So you go in, like that. Like that.
I don't know what it is, but it looks like some kind of grains inside. Wow. Best things ever. I need to go for my camera and take the pictures.
Yeah. Guys, look what I found. Look what I found. I don't know what it is, but thing we have found so far. So the expedition yesterday was insane, to say the least. It was crazy. The mission was to go to the lake, collect biofilm, collect some samples, and bring them back to our home base. In between, we would see Bravo base, which is the second base here. And we'd also just have to figure out the way towards the lake because it is in the opposite direction of the way that we entered. We started off by testing out the robot outside of our station. And actually he moved quite a bit, but every time he had to traverse a rock or something that was quite hilly, he stopped moving. So that means that his wheels don't have a very good grip. So now we know that we need to do something to try and fix that. Maybe put some rubber bands around it. and improve the design of the tires. Batteries seem to be working, as they were different batteries, but we're going to get new batteries today because we're charging them now. So hopefully he'll work better today.
This is the last mission where my crewmates and I will test the robot that I built to see if it follows light and can move around the cave without any issues. Now, I think that the robot will have no issues moving on level ground, but when it comes to going uphill, there might just be some problems, and that's just because of how big some of these rocks are. Now let's go see what happens. So here are the first few tests, and so far so good. The robot is able to move in the direction intended without getting stuck. But here we have our final hurdle, going uphill, and the tires keep getting stuck in the rocks. And what we've learned here is that the robot's tires need to be improved to be able to move around in this kind of terrain. This is it, guys and girls. It is finally time for us to leave the cave. This means trekking back to the entrance of the cave, but it also means finally seeing sunlight, and I feel excited. But also kind of nostalgic because this has become my home. And here we are, outside. I don't think I've ever appreciated seeing sunlight, breathing in fresh air, and taking in the mountains, the outside, this nature, the way I did when I left the entrance of the cave and saw sunlight for the first time in 6 days.
Back on Earth! Back on Earth, guys. We have hiked our way down from the cave.
Check out Safa over here, happy to be out and happy to have her phone. And now we're en route to the hotel to be reunited with running water and the Astro team.
3, 2, 1, tiramisu!
I feel so proud of not just me, but the crew for making it through living in a cave for 6 days with no running water and being around people we had just met. Although now these people don't feel like people, they feel like family. This was probably one of the most incredible journeys of my life, and I am so grateful to have the opportunity to share this with you. And thank you so much for all of those who have watched, especially watching from part 1 all the way up to part 5. Like, it's literally like you have come with me on this journey and experienced it. Now, I need a favor from you. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and also share this with your community because I want to share this journey with as many people as possible. And as always, please stay safe, and hopefully one day I will see you in space.